morning and welcome to English language class, children. I hope you are hale and hearty and doing good. In the last two videos, I taught you idioms. I hope your concept is clear about it. Today I am going to teach you proverbs. What are proverbs, children? Proverbs are short sayings that has been used again and again. They express a truth or a piece of advice based on common sense or experience. So today I am going to teach you a few proverbs. I am going to explain you the meaning of these proverbs, and I am also going to show you some examples with these proverbs. So children, while I teach you, I want you to be attentive and listen to me very carefully. And please concentrate on the screen. So let's get started. Now let's look at the first proverb, children. A bird in hand is worth two in the bush. Let me read out the meaning for this proverb. It is wiser to keep what you have rather than risk losing it for something that is not assured or guaranteed. This proverb, children, warns against taking unnecessary risks. Let me read out the examples for you so that your concept is clear. I might have got a better offer if I had waited for some more time, but I decided to take one I had. After all, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. Children, we should always value the things and opportunities which we already have and not give preferences to what we are not sure of. Now the next example, he decided against selling off his small business for the prospects of starting a bigger one. He realized that a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Children, we should not hope for things we are not sure of. Instead, value what we have in hand. Now let's look at the second proverb. A leopard cannot change its spots. Let me read out the meaning of this proverb. It is impossible to change one's innate nature. People cannot change who they are. Now let me read out the examples for you. The master tried to be kind to his pet dog, but a leopard can't change its spots. He hit him with a stick every day. This means his innate nature was cruel and it was impossible for him to change his nature. So he kept on beating him with a stick. Now the next example. He still steals money from his father's pocket. It is impossible for a leopard to change his spots. So it was impossible to change his nature of stealing. So he kept on stealing money from his father's pocket. Now let's look at the third proverb, children. The best things come in life are free. Let me read out this for you. The best things in life are free, and it is important never to lose sight of that. So look around you. Wherever you see friendship, loyalty, laughter and love, there is your treasure. Let me explain you the meaning. We do not have to pay for things that really matter in life, that is happiness, friendship, good health, etc. Children, you don't have to pay for all these things. Money cannot buy happiness, it cannot buy friendship and good health. Now let me read out the examples for you. The best things in life are free. Yesterday I went to see the sunrise. I didn't spend a penny, but I had a wonderful time. Now the next example. The best things in life are free. I love to play carom with my father every day. I don't spend a penny, but I have a wonderful time. Now we have the fourth proverb, children. Birds of a feather flock together. Which means people of the same sort or with the same tastes and interests will be found together. Here we have the examples. The lawyer who attended the seminar were like birds of a feather flocking together. They have not even spoken to anyone outside the group. Now the next example. I love to talk to the people who know computers because birds of the feather flock together. Children, because you have the same taste and interest, you would like to be with the same group. You must have seen some people are always hanging around together because they have the same taste and interest. So we call them birds of a feather flock together. Now we have the fifth proverb. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Let me explain the meaning of this proverb, children. A clean body is as important as having a good soul. Being clean is a sign of spiritual purity or goodness. Let's look at the examples, children. I'm going to read it out for you. Cleanliness is next to godliness because cleanliness helps in maintaining a healthy mind and body. Now the next example. If someone says that cleanliness is next to godliness, they are referring to the idea that people have a moral duty to keep their homes clean. In the same way, they also need to keep their hearts clean. So cleanliness is next to godliness. As you keep your body clean, in the same way you need to keep your heart and mind also clean, children. Now, the sixth proverb. Don't judge a book by its cover. Let me explain the meaning to you of this proverb, children. Do not draw conclusion about someone or something by looking at their outward appearances. Let me make your concept clear by showing you a few examples and reading it out for you. Here we have the first example, children. That man may look very small and insignificant, but don't judge a book by its cover. He is a very powerful man in his circle. So by looking at the person, children, you should not draw conclusions. If a person looks very meek and he looks very tiny, it doesn't mean that he's not strong inside. He's meek. He might be strong inside, he might not be meek, but his appearance shows so. But you should not judge him by his looks and appearance. Now the next proverb. The hotel looked attractive from outside, but the rooms were damp and not well maintained. You can't judge a book by its cover. So, the hotel looked very attractive from outside, but from inside it was not that good. It was very damp and it was not well maintained. So, one should not judge a book by its cover. You should not go by the appearance of a person or anything. I hope you have understood the meaning of these proverbs, children, and your concept is clear about these proverbs. So I want you to do one thing, children. I want you to go through this video 2 to 3 times and write these proverbs with their meanings and the examples in your rough notebook. Okay, children, I hope you understand. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice time.